Good evening, Broncos country. Welcome back to the Kickin' Show here on the Crushin' podcast with myself, Miles Smith. Couple of things to get into. I accidentally had my video folder open. That's not what we're getting into today. We have had a little bit of news come out as we precede NFL free agency, really the combine as well. But for the sake of this video, NFL free agency. So I've got Spot Track up here with the wide receiver free agents. George Pickens up here at the top it has been indicated by the Dallas front office that George Pickens will not be hitting the market. They will be slapping the franchise tag on him, which I'm sure George Pickens is going to absolutely adore. But let's keep it moving here as well. And I've talked about this guy on this channel before. Kyle Pitts comes off of the market entirely. You can't even see him on Sport Track anymore. Falcons slap the franchise tag on him as well with the hopes of working out a long-term deal. So, what do the Broncos do in a situation like this? Let's go back to wide receiver here because, as I've said, I still think that there are some quality options. Again, it hasn't happened yet. I imagine the Dallas front office wants to work something out with George Pickens. Problem is, Pickens wants a lot of money, and Dallas kind of just wants to slap the franchise tag on him. So now you get into the nitty-gritty here, really, of free agency, because now you've got to sit and wonder, okay, what are some of these potential options that maybe were a little more under the radar because of, the shiny treasure that was shining atop just the heap of free agents that, come in and out every year. Alec Pierce, we've discussed him a little bit here, career high in yards. With the Indianapolis Colts, had a great season, really is a deep threat. He only caught 40-some-odd balls, but I think he just got over 1,000 yards. Yeah, so we look at it this year, 2025, 47 receptions, 1,003 yards. Again, career high in both catches and yards, obviously. He has never had 50 catches in his career, and he's a guy that I know a lot of Broncos fans maybe get really excited about because he'd kind of be the deep threat that you could just say, fuck it, he's down there somewhere. We don't mince words around here on Crushing It. We're gonna say how it is, but that is a potential option. Tyreek Hill is a guy that I've seen floated around. I just don't think he fits with Denver. I don't think he fits with the locker room culture. And with him coming off of the injury that he is coming off of, I just don't think he's going to have that speed that earned him the nickname Cheetah anymore. Another guy, though, very interesting, is Wan'Dale Robinson. Slow improvement year to year. I mean, 93 catches for 699 yards is bonkers. One less catch. Just a shitload more yards, almost 300 more yards for his first 1,000-yard season for receiving touchdowns, just getting off of his rookie deal as well, and I think it'd be very, very interesting to see how he would work inside of Denver's offense here. Again, yeah, he'll be in his 5th year next year. Could be something very interesting for the Broncos to look into there. We'll examine a little bit more here. Juwan Jennings, coming off a hell of a season. I don't know if he's a guy that Denver wants to go for. At the moment, 28 years old. He'll be 29 by the time the season starts. Look at his stats. Had a great year in 2024, having to step up a little bit. Took a step back this season, 55 catches, 643 yards, 9 receiving touchdowns, though, and is a guy that I think you could definitely plug and play in the red zone. We look at tight ends. We'll sort by market value because that kind of usually gives you a decent idea of what you're looking at here. Travis Kelce. I don't think Denver really needs to go out and get Kelce. I think there's a chance he returns to Kansas City. I think he probably should have hung it up this offseason. Maybe he just wants one more shot. Maybe Kansas City lets him go, realizes they're not in a spot to compete this season. We'll see. David Njoku, a guy that I've seen floated around really for years at this point, at trade deadlines with bad Cleveland teams. Every time Denver needs a tight end and every time David Njoku seems available, he's a guy that gets thrown out for the Broncos. Isaiah Likely, young tight end that the Ravens mistakenly did not really invest that offseason money into. They extended Mark Andrews and left Isaiah Likely out to dry. He's a guy that I think gives you very, very solid skill set here. Not the greatest year last season, only started 7 games, only played in 14. So it's a very down year for him. I think part of that comes from a reduced role. I would love to see what a guy like this does in an offense that is properly targeting him. Again, though, it is the Broncos that we're talking about here. Tight ends kind of come here to die. Evan Ingram is a good example right now, but we'll see if year 2 bears any fruit there. Of course, we can't, discard the possibility that, the in-house options improve. Although, I mean, after Ingram, you have to get better at tight end if you are the Denver Broncos. But we scroll through a few more of these options here. Dallas Goedert, I think, is a guy that Denver could definitely look at, as well as Cade Otton. Young guy. He'll be 27 going into next season. He's been pretty good for the Buccaneers. I mean, just consistency these past 2 seasons, really kind of just consistent growth, and then maybe a little bit of stagnation here. 81 targets, 59 catches, only 1 touchdown, but he's a guy that's consistently getting multiple touchdowns a year. 4 touchdowns from the tight end position would feel like a blessing for the Denver Broncos at this moment. And then just a couple of more guys to kind of look at as well around here. Of course, Adam Troutman is a free agent for the Broncos, more of a blocking guy. Could look to bring back Noah Fant. I think that could be an interesting reunion if Denver decided to look that way. I don't think it'd be the most glamorous thing ever. Certainly had his best years in Denver before getting shipped off to Seattle for a couple of years to get thrown to from Geno Smith. Had a really nice year in 24. Seattle bet against him. He went to Cincinnati and had probably the worst year, not even probably, had by far the worst year of his career. Maybe a reunion with Bo Nix is something in the cards. And again, Noah Fant's not that old. He'll still be, he'll be right about to turn 29 come the offseason, and maybe Sean Payton could squeeze some decent years out of him. You never know, but he's a name that I have not seen anybody talk about at all. And then outside of that, there are some interesting names, maybe not interesting, but certainly some names. Robert Tonyan coming out of Kansas City. I remember he had a couple of really big years a couple of years ago. Feels like maybe my shit's gotten a little out of sorts here. It has. And then some of these names as well. Tyler Conklin from the Chargers. I don't know that you really want to bring him in. Chigakonkwo is a guy that I certainly think you could look at. How did I not bring that guy up? Chigakonkwo, another guy stuck with awful quarterback play for really his entire career. And he's still putting up pretty solid numbers between 400 and 500 yards, and then, a couple of touchdowns every year. And again, this in a vacuum, not great numbers. Really feels like, Denver Broncos tight end numbers in the past 5 years, even, going back a little further. But you got to think of who he's had throwing to him in Tennessee, especially these last couple of seasons, man. Will Levis, woo! And then, of course, rookie Cam Ward last year. Although I imagine the Titans will do everything they can to retain a weapon they seem to like, and a guy like Chigakonkwo. But that's my piece on this, and kind of just some free agent options at some positions of need as things develop in the NFL. So, yeah, again, let me know what you think of my proposed ideas. I think in this scenario, I could certainly see Denver going the direction of, if they do go free agent here, Chigakonkwo, I think, is a guy that Denver really needs to give a hard look in this offseason, in this free agent cycle. And then going forward, I think a Wan'Dale Robinson could be really fun as well. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe if you made it to the end of the video. We are trying to hit that 500 subscriber mark by kickoff next season. So again, thank you all for watching. Thank you for watching Kick at the Can, for supporting the show, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace. Oh, by the way, we are getting a lot of progress worked through on this big 2025 retrospective. So keep your eye out for that. Ideally, we've got that out late March, early April is what I'm shooting for. So subscribe, hit the notifications for that, and we'll see you in the next video.